So Uber driver allegedly picks up passenger while DUI in Bozeman, prompting rideshare safety questions. Don't drink and drive when you're picking up passengers, drivers. Come on, man.
I have an Uber for Cassidy.
Hey, Cassidy.
Have you ever felt unsafe getting into an Uber? Maybe the driver was swerving a little or something just seems a little off. Well, that happened to one rider Wednesday morning as they sat back and watched their driver get a DUI. How often would you say that you Uber?
I probably take an Uber once a month.
At some point in time, most folks have been in a situation where they had to pull out their phone and order an Uber. For Pete Brown, he orders Ubers frequently. So I asked Pete if he's ever felt unsafe getting into an Uber.
No, I mean, not for myself personally, like physically, sometimes the driving.
Pete tells me he has been in situations where his Uber driver was acting reckless.
Yep, make sure you're wearing your seatbelt and sometimes asking them to slow down. I mean, but not a whole lot you can do once they start the ride.
A scary scenario to be in, and one that allegedly occurred here in the Bozeman area Wednesday morning. According to court documents, at around 1 a.m., a sheriff's deputy noticed a gray Toyota Corolla going 20 under the speed limit, swerving down Huffine. The deputy pulled the Corolla over and noticed the driver showing signs of intoxication. At this time, the deputy also noticed a passenger in the back seat who, quote, appeared to be extremely nervous. The deputy then asked who they were, to which the passenger replied they had ordered an Uber. The deputy safely removed the passenger. The Uber driver reportedly failed a standard field sobriety test, and he was placed under arrest and later charged with aggravated DUI and criminal endangerment. I reached out to Uber regarding this incident. An Uber spokesperson replied, "This report is extremely concerning. Uber has zero tolerance policy for any alcohol use on the app, and as soon as we learned of this incident, we removed the driver's access to the platform." And Uber tells me the passenger has been refunded for that ride. And this incident got me thinking, can anyone just become an Uber driver? So I pulled out my phone and ordered up an Uber myself.
I ran into an old coworker. I tried to talk him into coming back to the company I was working for, and he instead talked me into giving this a try.
Scott Nichols has been an Uber driver for nearly 2 years. For Scott, Ubering is a full-time job, working around 60 to 70 hours a week.
Signing up to become an Uber driver, they do a background check. It probably took a couple days after I gave him my driver's license.
Scott tells me it wasn't long between signing up and having a passenger in his back seat.
But I've got a pretty good driving record, and all I can speak for is myself. So,
in a statement Uber sent me, they say after being sent information such as a valid driver's license and vehicle insurance, Uber performs a background check for MVR and criminal offense at the local, state, and federal level. Drivers are rescreened annually, and there's a continuous background checks process in place that monitors for new offenses. As for Scott, he tells me a drunk driver isn't something Uber passengers should have to worry about.
I drive more cautiously when I have passengers on board than when I'm driving by myself. I want them to feel safe.
In Bozeman, Cassidy.
I want them to feel safe. That's what it's all about, my friends. So please do not drink and drive while you're picking up passengers. I mean, you're throwing your life away. You may end their life, end your life. It's absolutely not worth it. Don't do it. Your comments, please.